Okay, Nasdaq daily time frame. What I don't see is a red candle. Look at that. So we're trading up into all-time highs. Okay, just been pushing up relentlessly. And I mean, we've had a couple of pullbacks. I mean, I haven't seen price action like this. I mean, I can't remember when. Look at it, without any significant pullback. There's always a red candle. So I guess what I'm getting at is I'm waiting for when this really aggressively, and it could continue up, who knows, right? Or it could do that. But I'm waiting for an aggressive move. I think it's just a matter of it's not if, it's when. So, guys, I wouldn't be buying up here. Let's put it this way. I'm just going to go to a 4-hour chart. All right, smart money, the big guns, that's their footprint, that's their footprint, that's their footprint, all right? And retail, small players, this is our footprint. It's neat and tidy, perfect, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, buy. And small players will get into a rhythm here, and then you'll get all the FOMO traders up the top. This is bullish. Buy on every pullback. I'm sure. I mean, that's a strategy, right? But you've just got to kind of look a bit behind the scenes. The guys down here are watching all of this, and I wouldn't be surprised that they're actually scaling out of their positions. Definitely. Okay. Big players, their footprint it's messy and it's big, right? I don't see that there. There's a little bit of a thing, right? We had a little bit of a thing here, but right, nothing significant. This is smart money. This is their footprint here, and then down it goes. Right, it's a messy, range-bound kind of thing, and you'll get an area where there's a fair bit of activity, a big value range, a lot of volume, If we throw a volume profile on here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Anchored volume profile. I mean, take it where? Well, I mean, just even through here. See down here, look at this. This is institutional money. This is institutional money. But this is small fries all through here. A little bit of whatever's going on there. Anyway, this, I mean, you're going to have a lot of different retail traders and smaller players analyzing this, and there's going to be a build-up of different styles of traders. You've got trendline traders. You've got the Elliott wave, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, ABC correction, however many. They make it work. They'll find a 5-wave structure. I'm a little bit cynical, sorry about that. But I mean, I'm always looking for that. I like 3-wave pattern. You got those guys. So you got 3 drive 1, drive 2, and then drive 3 just kind of continued on, really. And then at some stage, the 5-wave Elliott, 3 drive pattern, whatever, you're going to get, ABC correction. That's going to happen. Some kind of correction where these guys down here drive this back down into all of this liquidity, and they eat up all of these, the sell stops that are under here would provide a bit of lunch. Okay. Okay. They got to pair their order, and they're pairing their orders with all of these guys FOMOing in. And then you've got sell stops under here. Now, for big money to continue this trend any higher, you've got to find the big money footprint. And at the moment, it's kind of small to medium. You want to see a decent look at the thickness of this volume profile here, right? That's big money right through there. And here, okay, it's small fries. All right. So, and as I said, they're going to be scaling out as this moves. So I'm happy. Look, I'm short already. I've loaded up short on my futures account, 3 of them. I'm done. All right. I'm ready for this to move back, and we'll just see what happens. But there's a good reason for this to pull back. There's no red candles on the daily time frame. It's well and truly overdue. So if that's the case, I'm looking for, okay, and here's another thing too. If I'm going to be bullish, I need to see a higher high, a higher low, and then I'll buy. Higher high, okay, pull back, I'll buy. Higher high, pull back, buy. Higher high, higher high, higher high, pull back. But this is a lower high at the moment. So is this gearing up? Who knows? I mean, it could be bullish, right? But is it gearing up for that run on all of this under here? A deep pullback. Everywhere you look in a trend, you're going to see at some stage it'll look as pretty as this, and then out of nowhere it's going to take a dump. And if it pushes up too far and gets overextended like that, you got to expect that to come soon, very soon. Now, here's another thing. If we pick up the volume profile, fixed range, and I go from just this value area here, right? Have a look at this. All right, so we're going to go down to a 30-minute chart, and we're going to look at this value area. So this is trading the volume profile, and there's a couple of ways to trade it. And look, here's the thing, right? You get a value. Look, see down here, value area. All right, you get. Well, I'll just draw it. You get a value area. It ranges sideways, and it builds a coil. You get liquidity build up above and below, blah blah blah. And then it breaks out, goes into price discovery, and it moves to the next level where there's value, and it'll range. It breaks out, goes into price discovery, right? And it'll range. Breaks out, range. So this is what a trend would normally look like. Okay, so you got, a little range there, you got a bit of a thing here. So you see the breakout, right? There's your break of structure, all right? Bullish break of structure, and then it breaks out, and off we go, right? So there's two things, with trading, right? There's range bound trading the value area high to low. So you fade it back down through value, all right? So you could range trade that from the high, the low here. You go to the high, you sell, targeting the low. Well, targeting, I don't want to get too technical, but the point of control. Anyway, you target midway, whatever, right? But ultimately, you're targeting the low, and then you're targeting the high, and then you're targeting the low. So you can scalp this high to low. This is trading the value area. At some stage, this is going to break out, and it's going to go into price discovery. So what will happen is, and this is currently range bound. It hasn't broken out, so we don't see that this is moving into price discovery yet. That's not happening. This is currently range bound, right? So at the moment, and this is one reason why I'm kind of, it's at the top of the range, and I'm looking for the fade back down into value, for one thing. And look, if it picks up a little bit of momentum, and you get to pull your stop loss at break even, and look for this pattern, bearish, bullish, within here, in the macro, in the micro, go down to the 15-minute chart, 5-minute chart. Look for the same thing. So this will happen on the 4 hour, the daily, the 1 hour. On every time frame, you're going to see this pattern, right? So it's either gonna, if it breaks out, you can look to buy on the breakout, maybe on that second move there, go long. But if it fails and it comes back into value, sell, right, until it breaks out of value. I guess that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm short. It's a little bit premature. I've just gone, yeah, this is right up there. Let's just sell anyway. All right, now I could be wrong. That could break through, but I've got a decent sort of a stop with this. I'm going to give it a bit of room to breathe, because I believe it's going to come back. All right, I could be completely wrong, but at some stage this thing has to. All right, so anyway, I'm looking for the fade back into the value area. The other thing you can do with this, like how do you get involved with that, is use VWAP. The anchored VWAP, so pick that up over here, anchored VWAP. And if this is bullish and you're looking for more bullish price action, throw an anchored VWAP on these lows, right? Wherever it, okay, drop down in here, dropped here. And you want a pullback into VWAP, but it's got to hold above this VWAP cluster, right? So pulls back. As long as it holds above this, and you keep throwing a VWAP in on the previous swing low, you want that pullback into VWAP first, and then you want to see it break out, I guess is what I'm saying. Another way to do this is using the diagonals. So you've got a diagonal. Wow, where do you want to go with that? Here, right? That's a diagonal. So if it breaks through here, break of structure, right? You can short that, and then given that you're at the high of this value area, and you get a break of structure, then you can look to trade that, fade it back down. Now, that's how you would approach that. Obviously, this is not financial advice, but just look for that. And the other way to look for the break of structure is, well, you can see it. I mean, you can pull a diagonal. You can do it this way with horizontals, right? So you've got this horizontal through here, right? So if it breaks under, that's your break of market structure there. Short, target the value area low. Right, that's another way to do it. Using the diagonals is a way to do it, the horizontal level, and grab VWAP now and place it at the high. All right, that one. This one here, okay? This is above VWAP, but if it breaks under, you've got, I would take that one out, probably, remove that. See the VWAP in here? Okay, so this is another thing, like it breaks this market structure, you can short. If it breaks under this VWAP, the most recent VWAP from this high, that's another reason to get short. Okay, so there's different ways that you can validate a structural shift where you enter short, counter trend, but always keep in mind that you're looking for the value area fade, because this is where it's going to be mainly range bound before it breaks out and goes into price discovery, looking for the next leg up, for example. So I mean, it's this value area trading, not for the faint-hearted, but and look, here's another thing too. This is always a really nice setup. Have a look at this low value area low. This is important. This area here, if price breaks down, and we do get that, right? See, if it breaks under the value area low, and then it moves up and breaks above it, buy right there. Okay, that, especially in a bullish trend, you get a deep pullback like that. Let's just have a look at this. Did it do it? Yeah, I mean, look, you could probably argue it. You could make anything work if you wanted to. Let's just have a look at that. What's that look like? Yeah. Well, you could even look at this. This is a really good setup, guys. Fixed range. You could just go from like this value range through here, right? See how it broke under, and then it comes back and breaks out through the value area here. That's what I'm getting at, right? You look for that bullish, and you want to make sure that there's always yesterday's value area underneath you. Well, there's one there. There's one back here, right? Okay. So yeah, if, for example, if it broke under this is a value area here, right? And this is yesterday. If and that's yesterday's point of control, today's point of control, okay, is above yesterday's point of control, you can tell I'm into volume profile and VWAP. This is ideal. And whenever you see a break of the value area low and then it breaks back into it in a bullish trend, that's a buy right there. Okay, that's a really good entry point, because this is usually a run on liquidity, dips down and then away you go. So anyway, I didn't think I was going to go this far with this video. It's kind of been a bit long-winded, but yeah, you could look for this if it trades back down under here, possibly, and then you see it rotate. But be careful, because I'm thinking that once this dumps, you could see everybody panicking, and you get all of these buyers who are long panicking out of their positions, right? And what that causes is a panic sell, and down it goes right down into here, right? So just watch out. All these FOMO guys panic out of their positions, and It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And yeah, down we go. What else can I say about this? Yeah, I mean, look, I'm short. Yeah, I'll take the risk on that. Covered a bit of ground. I'm looking for that. So what else? To get long, yeah, I'm not keen on getting long up in here. I'm not. I mean, if it trades back down in here and we get a break under and then it breaks back in here, okay, I'm only looking to scalp it, guys. Scalping day trading, and then I'll look for the move back up if we get that. I think I've pretty well covered much what I wanted to say. So that's the Nasdaq. There's a few ideas for you to think about. And of course, if it does, break structure here, easy stop loss. It's just above, slightly above, previous high, if you like. That's pretty tight, or above value. Target the value area low, and I would look to take at least 50% or 60% of my position off at 1R, and then just move your stop loss down and trail it. And yeah, I mean, yeah, that could be the opportunity if it, that's one opportunity to get short there, and this is opportunity number 2 to get short. See the PO point of control under that. We break under the POC right there. Look to short that. So I'll leave a note, and I'd love it if you commented and let me know what you think. All right, the note's not working. Click. No, nothing. It's an internet thing. It just won't let me put a bloody note in here. All right. The note would be, oh, there it is. Okay, hang on. And now I can't even click on the settings. Pretty frustrating. So the note would be something like, wait for the break of structure. Come on. Nothing. Wait for a break of structure and take that short. And if that fails, then, don't go with it. And I mean, it could, if it breaks above, I'm not going to get involved with that. No trade. Come on. No trade. Okay, we got that. Structural break. Short. I just don't want to. Okay. Oh, man. I'm having internet. Okay, sell on. Oh, geez. All right. Sell on break of structure. Yeah, I've had enough. I'm out of here. Love it if you comment with that. Have a great day. Safe trading, and see you in the next one.